So let me begin by talking about the Democracy Defenders Accelerator. It is so hard for me to sum up this program in just a few words because we've actually been designing this program for months. And we designed this program because we felt that there were significant threats to democracy. And the only way that, or at least one of the major ways in which we can overcome these threats is if we have a hands-on learning program. So learning by doing, immersive, intense. And this is the reason why this program is 10 months long. It will be mostly offline, held over Zoom, bi-weekly or every 2 weeks. But we also think it's important to be in an environment where you're only focused on designing your civic engagement projects. So this is the accelerator part of the program, which is the 10-day bootcamp in Estonia, which will take place at the end of March. The DDA has been designed and delivered by the registered nonprofit and civic technology organization CitizenOS. We are based in Estonia, but we are so pleased to have participants from around the world as users of our platform and as alumni of our various programs. Now, none of this would have been possible without Active Citizens Fund. Active Citizens Fund operator in Estonia is Open Estonia Foundation, which works in cooperation with the network of Estonian nonprofit organizations. I believe we have Katrin Eno from ACF here with us today. Katrin, I invite you to make a short presentation.
Hello, I hope you all can hear me. As said, my name is Katrin Enno, and the organizers have asked me to say a couple of words about the Active Citizens Fund in Estonia. And so the Active Citizens Fund, or ACF, has been established according to the agreement between the European Union and donor countries of Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein. And the aim of the program is to support the strengthening of civil society and fostering of civic participation in Central Eastern and some European countries. So besides Estonia, the ACF programs exist also in Bulgaria, Romania, Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Slovenia, and also in Croatia, Malta, Greece, Portugal, and of course, Latvia and Lithuania. And in each country, there is an independent operator who runs the program. And in Estonia, it is the Open Estonia Foundation, together with the network of Estonian non-profit organizations. And in Estonia, the program has 4 priority areas. It's to promote democratic culture and civic participation, promoting human rights and equal treatment, also empowering vulnerable groups, and last but not least, building the capacity of civil society organizations. And in practical terms, the program works by way of open calls for proposals, and civil society organizations that come from 5 priority areas can apply. So in addition to organizations working on democratic culture, civic participation, human rights, also organization working to include vulnerable groups, also organizations working on gender equality, gender-based violence, and also those working on environment and climate change can apply. So it's quite a wide array of organizations that the program is open to. And the first call in Estonia was launched in 2019, and currently we are towards the end of our program, and we have just opened the 7th call for proposals, which is for small capacity building grants, and this call is also our last call during this program period. And the total amount available for Estonian civil society organizations through this program is 6 million euro. And so far, we have supported 94 projects, and the grants are ranging from 10,000 euro to 100,000 euros. So it's a very different projects that we can support. And just to give you an example, our grantees come from different walks of life. There are NGOs who work to engage volunteers, provide civic education. There are also human rights advocates, environmental organizations who work to ensure that citizens can access decision-making. There are also CSOs who work with the elderly, disabled people, LGBTI, refugees, just to name a few. And we also support the development of bilateral relations with donor countries. Where we have an open call up at the moment where NGOs can apply for travel grants, whether to go to donor countries or bring their partners over to Estonia. And this is whether they want to develop joint projects or simply exchange best practices and discuss future plans. And now to conclude, well, Sarah mentioned that the reason for this project is the threat to democracy, and I couldn't agree more. I believe many of you have heard of a concern for shrinking civic space, and not only in Europe, but it's across the world. And I think in this light, in strengthening civil society and civic participation is more important than ever. And I'm glad that we were able to support this particular project that brings together so many people across so many countries. And I wish you all the best. And if you need additional information, then it is all up on our website. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Katrin. I think the link is in the chat as well. So I encourage you guys to check out information about ACF. This program would also not have been possible without my wonderful, wonderful team. So here we are. This is the DDA team. Now, I believe I briefly introduced myself at the start of this seminar. I deliberately didn't go into detail because I don't actually like to introduce myself, but now I have to because my picture is on the screen. But I'm originally from India, and I came to Estonia to do my master's degree, and I ended up staying here because of all the wonderful people that I met. These people are so wonderful that at our last monthly meeting, they didn't tell me that my t-shirt was inside out. So, but yeah, I stayed for these guys. I study and work on e-democracy and open society values, and I'm especially interested in working with young activists such as yourself and figuring out how we can design and develop digital tools to enhance participation. The driving force behind the DDA is actually my colleague, Augustina Iskander Krombach. She changed her name just to cause confusion for our designer, but Augustina, no, I'm just kidding. Augustina, we'd love to hear from you now.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello, everyone. I'm Agustina. I'm right now in Indonesia. I live in Indonesia, so I'm working for Citizen Us as a partnership lead for Indonesia. But here in DDA program, I'm responsible for helping you as a participant onboarding lead, facilitator, and also mentor. My experience has been a few years working with Citizen Us and leading e-democracy projects in Indonesia, including like Indonesian Opinion Festival, which is we involve thousands of people to join and celebrate the freedom of speech. And also that I'm working on youth engagement project, which helping youth leaders community to get the knowledge, working on technology, and also get some fundings from the government and other source of funding here in Indonesia. And that right now we are also working on civic innovations gathering, which we bring together all the community which have innovations and also have this vision working on democracy. Like Annette maybe was mentioning before, that I was also myself experienced leading one of the biggest civic actions movement in the world. It's called World Cleanup Day, which is we are focusing on waste issue, and also climate change. And I also have right now, yeah, my partner from Indonesia, Abe, who take a lead right now for Indonesia. So I have been leading this movement for Indonesia itself is 4 years, which is we bring 9 million of volunteers. So working on civic engagement, it's, like working together closely with the government to bring change in our country. So and happy to see some of our friends, which is also working on different countries toward the same issue as well, working on democracy, climate change, and so many issues that we are working and closely actually together when we have a freedom and celebrate democracy in our country. And yeah, maybe later on that I will talk to you more. Now I will give back to Sarah before Sarah ring the bell that I have to stop speaking.
Already
Sarah,
rang the
back
bell,
to
but
you.
it's okay because I love you. So it's thank you so much, Augustina. Next, if Augustina is the driving force behind the program, Annette Lino is the foundation. Annette, please come and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everybody. Great to see you all here. So my name is Annette Linna. I'm from Tallinn, Estonia, from Citizen OS Foundation. 4 years ago, I started as a head of partnerships. Currently, I'm CEO of this really wonderful organization. So as you can read from this slide, then yes, I'm one of the person who has actually co-developed this training program. And we developed this 2 years ago or 3 years ago already with like-minded people like we are. We had around 10 different civic tech organizations, youth organizations, and people who really care about democracy and civil society, who helped us to develop this program. And the first program was held together with Tallinn University 3 years ago, Sarah, I believe, yeah? 2 years ago. 2 years ago, yes. Then last year, we had a youth exchange that was funded by Erasmus+. And this year, this is actually like enhanced the program of the previous ones. So this is 10 months long program. And as Katrin and Sarah already mentioned before, then the reason why this program is we are like having this program is because we are really concerned about civil society in overall, and the situation in democracy, and especially what's happening in Europe and in other countries in civil society and this field. And with this program, we would really love to empower and like provide opportunities for young people, for young active people who would take responsibility of making our world better and more democratic. So thank you. I will give the floor back to Sarah.
Thank you, Annette. You said a lot of things that I should have said but forgot to say, but so I won't count the fact that you went a little bit over time against you. The next person that I want to introduce is not with us today, but he can be reached on one of his 200 different emails. Seriously, he can BCC himself. His name is Mr. Margot Luer, and he is the co-founder and thought leader behind Citizen OS. And interestingly enough, he is also the person responsible for coining the name Democracy Defenders, although we all came up with the Accelerator part. Margot excels at moderation, debate, and in teaching and facilitating critical thinking skills, which are so important for deliberative democracy. So he will be joining the DDA as a facilitator and mentor. Next, I would like to introduce this super amazing lady who brings so much international experience to this project. This is Farasina Rumer. So Farah, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, thank you, Sarah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Farah Olivia. You can call me Farah. I'm from Indonesia. I'm currently working as UN Women National Youth Gender Activist, but beside that, I'm also working as a data and research manager in some private company here in Indonesia. But my contribution in Citizen OS Indonesia that I'm beside the facilitator, I'm also the volunteer for the Citizen OS Indonesia since 2018 until now as a program volunteer. Well, my work in the daily related to data, economic, and gender. So, yeah, normally I work with how to use data to break the inequality. So, yes, I hope I can see everyone in Estonia later next year. And beside that, a fun fact about me is I really like talk about the parallel universe and time travel. So, hi everyone, it is nice to meet you, meet you all virtually. Okay, give it back to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Farah. And now the final person that I'm going to introduce is also not with us today, but he brings the impact part of the.
Sorry, Sarah, he is here today.
Oh, yes. Okay. So Vavan Putra is actually here and he can introduce himself. So Mas Vavan, I give the floor to you.
It's quite late, I guess, in Melbourne.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. My name is Wawan, original Wawan Putra. So here in this program, my role will be a facilitator and mentor. I'm originally from Indonesia, but currently I live in Australia in a very small town called Hamilton, which is about 3 hours away from Melbourne. So it's already 11 o'clock in the night and my eyes has already started to, you know, calling me to sleep. But anyway, I used to work in Indonesia in international development programs after the tsunami, and also working as a recruitment and selection manager for a couple of non-profit organizations such as Sampurna and Maybank Indonesia. For basically for master program selected scholarship program back then in Indonesia. But now in Australia, I work as a language instructor, educator, as well as monitoring and evaluation. So I'm a gardening, if anyone's here, I'm a gardening enthusiast, IT, website, and volunteering as well. And I graduated my master degree in monitoring and evaluation, as well as master in education from University of Melbourne. So I'm very happy to join this program, become a facilitator and mentor, as well as the selection, basically selection officer for this program. And yeah, great to meet you all. And I hope that all you have a, you know, good, we'll have a fruitful meeting from this. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mas Vavan. So if my favorite word is process, my colleague Annette Lino's favorite word is outcome and also impact, as Mas Vavan mentioned. So I am going to allow her to talk about the DDA content and learning outcomes. Annette, floor is yours.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Yes, I'm really happy to introduce you more what this program is about. As I already mentioned, then previously this was only 10-day program, but now we have extended it into 10 months program. And the reason is because we would really like to be with our civic activists and with all the teams from the end where we are going to find the problems and issues and things that we would like to improve in either in our communities, in our country, in let's say in environment or anywhere else. We would like to go the whole process through with all the teams. And so we have divided the program into 4 phases. And let it be also said that the entire program follows the design thinking method or approach. And design thinking is very well known in business organizations mainly, and in project management, because it's agile way how to lead projects and businesses. But we also discovered that this is really good method and way how to lead civic engagement projects. So I'm going to tell you more about each phase, but the program starts on 20th of January. Then on the second phase, the project design phase is taking part from 27th March until 5th of April. And this is offline event in Estonia. And the end of the project will be on 17th November. So what this is all about? So the program is really like hands-on training, and where like all the participants are divided into teams. We probably have 6 to 8 teams according to our previous knowledge, and all the teams are going to work with different civic engagement projects. And those project ideas doesn't come from us or anywhere like outside, but they are your projects. They are like participants' projects, either already ongoing projects, civil society projects or community projects, where you would like to improve, that you would like to develop. You are welcome to also come with this kind of ideas here into this program, but it also might be that it's just an idea, and from this idea then we start working with this idea. And the first phase of this course is research phase. So here we are going to talk a lot about the democracy and open society. And this is for us, for our team, it's like the main thing if we talk about civil society, because civil society has a very important role in democracy and open society. So the aim of this part is to have like a mutual understanding that how civil society is helping to improve democracy. And here in this phase, we start from the scratch. We start defining the problems, because this is important. It is important to know that what kind of problem we are solving, whose problem we are solving, and then we are going to provide or find already like some project ideas. And I can tell you that those first ideas always change. So, and they change mostly because if people start doing research, then a lot of like new information comes out. And this is why this phase is super important for like really designing the project that helps many people, or like environment, or who we are protecting, or whom we are standing for. And as for the learning outcomes, the first phase gives us an understanding about what is democracy and open society, how civil society fits into the picture. And we also have phrased our problem statements. We have first understandings about what our idea is, civil society project idea, and we have formed teams in this phase. The second phase is, and let it be also said that there are 6 online sessions, and it's entirely held online. Now this one is held offline in Estonia in the end of March and early April. And so this is where we come together, all 36, 35 people who we are, meet here in Estonia in one of really beautiful places in our woods in nature. And there the real work starts. So we really start designing our civic engagement projects. And how we do it is that we form youth organization. We form fictional organization where each night we democratically elect board members who will solve daily like different issues that this fictional organization is facing. One of the reasons why we are doing it is because we would like to like learn participatory leadership through real life cases, I would say. And at the same time, in this fictional organization, then also work 6 to 8 teams who are then working with their projects. And we are like going through different, each day we are focusing on different topics like argumentation and critical thinking. Then 2 days, we are only focusing on designing our civic engagement projects. Then we are going to talk about marketing and communications, how to finance the projects. And of course, it's always really, really important to measure what is the impact of our project. And for that, we use the theory of change methodology. And as the learning outcomes, yes, we have learned quite a lot of practical skills about participatory leadership and argumentation and critical thinking, but all teams leave with project plans that in next phase, in implementation phase, we are going to implement then in real life. So, and this is the phase where our meetings will be again held online, but there are also not only like training sessions, but there are also mentoring sessions. So each team will be provided, will get one mentor or few. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, basically our team will support you in any way we can. And we don't only have like team mentors, but we also have people who help to go through some struggles in team, who are also providing psychological help if needed, where needed, who help to solve issues or problems in teams. So you can be sure that we will support you as much as possible during this journey, because it is a long journey. So yeah, in this implementation phase, we mostly focus on engaging more people into our project. And we focus engaging people into our team, engaging people, like-minded people or stakeholders who are then the people who help us to implement the project. Either they are like NGOs, government agencies, they might be business organizations, funders, who, well, we of course have already like mapped all the stakeholders, but here then we actually start approaching them and inviting them to help to implement the project. And then, of course, because we want to create some kind of change either in our community or in society overall, then of course we need also to engage wider public or people who are not maybe that directly related with our projects, but who we need. Let's say in World Cleanup Day, there were a lot of people who we wanted to engage to the cleanup events. So, and as an outcome of this part, Then an outcome, yes, Sarah, my favorite word.
3 times.
Is that the project ideas are implemented, and we have tested our project ideas with real people in real life. We have gathered feedback, we have improved our project plans, we have tried out different ways and solutions. And then the last phase is impact phase, where we are going to learn that how to measure what we have achieved with our projects. And both qualitative and quantitative research methods are being introduced there. Again, the theory of change will be updated. And in the end of the program, all teams are going to present the results of the program and actually the results of personal learnings in similar info seminar as we are having here today. So thank you very much. This is all from my side. All this information is also available on our website and in info pack. If you wish to have more information, just let me know. And if you have any questions, I'm here later as well. So thank you so much.
Now it is back to me again. And as the project manager, it is my responsibility to design and ensure that the timeline is followed, as well as to assess what are the contributions by participants. Like all good project managers, I had a team that was basically responsible for designing, meeting all the deadlines, and generally doing all of the heavy lifting. I'm joking. But let me begin by stating that our applications opened on the 1st of October 2022. That is when our website went live. Today is the 1st of November, and that is when we have our first information seminar. On the 10th of November 2022, our applications will close. So please send in your applications if you haven't already. And now is the period where you can ask us lots and lots of questions before you submit your application, because after the 10th, you will not be able to submit it anymore. On the 2nd of December, we are going to announce the shortlisted candidates who will go forward to the interview round. The interviews will take place from the 6th to the 22nd of December 2022. On the 28th of December, we will announce which candidates have been selected to participate in the Democracy Defenders Accelerator. And the program will run from the 20th of Jan to the 17th of November 2023. So what are we expecting from our participants? What kind of commitment are we looking at? Well, the first thing is we want our participants to join international, global and international teams to actively contribute to the design of a civic engagement project. And the project should look at tackling one or more societal problems. So tempting as it might be, let's not try to hack how to earn lots of money by doing the least amount of work. Let's look at solving societal problems. We would like our participants to participate in at least 80% of online trainings. We really like you guys. We would like to see you for at least that amount of time. 100% is also great. It's super important that participants join us for the offline Democracy Defenders Accelerator, which is a 10-day boot camp held in a location in Estonia. And that's where we would, as Annette mentioned, we're really going to get to know each other, and we're going to be working in this totally immersive environment where we just focus on working on the civic engagement projects. So again, that's why it's so important that participants come for this offline training and fly to Estonia if necessary. Now I'm going to ask my colleague Augustina to talk about the application and selection process. And I just as a side note, we are doing really good with time. So I didn't have to use my shocked face. But Augustina, you could still, you could still, you know, go over time. So yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to see here that we have right now, oh my God, 48 participants. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's really awesome that all of us come here then because we want to know more about this program, and also beyond than that, we want to have this, not maybe we want to be connected to each other. And this is what a good thing is about this program, because that we are not creating a program which is like you come to Estonia and after that maybe you gone and we didn't see you again after that. No, we create a program which is we want to see you always with us and fighting together to make a better world here. So please continue to the next slide, Sarah. Thank you. So I believe some of you that you already read the criteria of these participants, that what we are looking for actually for this program. As you can see, since I cannot speak Estonian yet, and I cannot speak Indian either, even like, you know, you see that we are so different. Like we come from Estonian team, Indian team, Indonesian team, and also one live in Melbourne, and our team is just so different. So that's why we are here like united and agree that to use the same language, which is English. So we are looking for participants who can speak English, both written and also oral, because during this event, online and also offline, that all of us will use English, and we don't provide the translator as well. So that's why it's really important that the participant can speak English. And of course, after that, then active young active citizens that we are looking for, or you as a leader in your community, civil society group or NGO. You know, like 2 days ago, I was talking with some friends, and they are also here. And also before that, that we are talking about the democracy, that we are really struggling and we are fighting for to bring forward the democracy in our country. And it was really sad story to see how, for example, some friends who are working in actively in community that fighting for their voice to be heard. And it's not easy, I believe, of course, for some of you that coming from country which is in war situations or in the conflict. Me myself, I was born and raised during the conflict in my hometown in Aceh, the most western part of Indonesia. And I know how it feels that to not having the opportunity, or you know, like to be able to even to speak on behalf on yourself. So because you don't know, for example, like tomorrow you're still alive or not. So this kind of situation what we are facing, and I already see. And we talked with my few friends here a few days ago, and we talked about this program, and it's really moved me. And that's why I say, okay, we need to come together and work together in this project. And this is why one of the reasons we're looking for you guys, that a young active citizen who care and who want to work further for this issue. And of course, that we have a target countries is because it's because you know that right now what we have a few countries that you can see: Georgia, Albania, Indonesia, and USA, Estonia. But also we give the opportunity to other countries, because even for here, for example, we mentioned that okay, we have limited number actually for other countries. But the thing is, not all of these target country also are right now applying of quota. So of course we can also spread more quota for all the countries around the world. That we choose a few countries which is as target countries, that also because we have our partners in this country, which is we have been working together in few projects. And this is what make us actually here to choose these target countries. And of course, that we are looking for participants that who highly motivated, like Sarah and Annette already mentioned before, that we don't want only like to have you maybe like 10 days in Estonia, and then we meet together, and after that we cannot find you anymore. No, I will come to your house. No, I'm kidding. But we want you to stay and after this program, so don't go away. That we hope that we can work together offline and in offline, how you say, offline and online session as well. Because the thing is, we have also the surprise that actually that we will give to the participants. So it's not only 10 days bootcamp in Estonia, by the way, everyone. If you join our 10 days bootcamp in Estonia, and after that we will have a pitching day, which is we will choose 2 best projects, and for 2 persons that we will give also another opportunity to join like other summer camp and to work together in this project. So it's still we will not tell you more detail about this, but we are preparing on it. So it's really cool. It's really cool that we are working more than just 10 days bootcamp and also online after that. Sarah, please go to the next slide. And yeah, since Citizen Oz and our funding that we only provide you the accommodations, like hotels accommodation in Estonia, and also local transports, yeah, for your meals during the event there. So we really hope that participants have a willingness to pay for their own ticket, flight ticket, and also for your own visa. Of course, we will provide you like the letter if you need for arranging your visa and other document maybe you need from our side. But you have to be able to pay for your own travel ticket and visa. And then also we are like we mentioned a few times that we want all of us like have a commitment to maintain this networking, to maintain our project collaboration in the future post countries that we make work together as a team. And we will have our alumni global network, which is that all of us will be on the same group that keep continue working on this issue. And then we also, of course, that we all of us, like, you know, we are looking for someone who really open-minded, that you have commit to equality, not seeing people just because we are different race, our religion, our gender, color, sexuality, and etc. That you are someone who can accept someone else as you accept yourself. And years, this is interesting right now that we are agree that we accept age from between 20 until 35. But if, for example, when you apply this program and next year, maybe let's say, okay, you turn out like 36, for example, then if your score for your selection is really good, then you are considered to join this program. So this is we will have this kind of exception that with the panels later, which we also discuss. Okay, maybe we go next, Sarah. And yeah, how to apply? I see that I check from our applications. Right now we have around 50, more than 50 people apply for our applications at citizenos.com/DDA. So please, if you don't apply yet, or maybe you already write some of essay which is you don't submit, that's okay, because you still have time until 10th of November. So takes your time and apply before the deadline. But if you apply after the deadline, then we are not considered anymore. So please make sure you apply before that. So in this, not so much what we ask actually during these applications, because this is the screening process that we will do. For example, there you only need to write down like your personal details, and after that, what the background of your educations, and also your experience in your organizations, or your voluntary experience in your community, for example. So yeah, and then there are 4 questions, which is I explained later, the 4 essay that you need to fill, and what kind of questions I will let you know soon. And it's also important that you describe what kind of civic engagement project that you want to develop through this program later. We go next. Yep. And the first that is, it's really important for us to know what motivates you to join this program. What make you that what move you that is really important that for you to be part of this program? What kind of experience you want to gain from this program? Like what do you hope that is something changed in your life after this program? So please make sure that this something really come from your heart, and tell us your motivations when you when you read this essay. And number 2 is the commitment, because it's again that we repeat it, because because this is an alumni network that we want to have, to bring all together of these young activists to work together in the future, to keep this network closely. I mean, like we said, we never know what kind of project that will come out from this event after that. So that's why it's really important for us to maintain this network. And my last slide from my side, Sarah. Yeah, and then will be experience. It's really important that for us to understand what kind of experience actually that you have from your working places or your volunteering experience, which is relevant to this program and bring you to join this program online and offline in Estonia. Then maybe you explain about your role as well, and how long you work there, what kind of responsibilities that you do in your organizations. And last is project ideas. So if you see yourself that you will pass this program, then what kind of idea that you want to create that or to develop through this program. You can also, for example, explain that your program that you already work here, and when you join this program later, that what kind of things that you want to develop from the project that you already have. So that could be also new things, new ideas that you want to bring, or also the ideas that you already working on actually regarding this question. So maybe that all the slide from my side, Sarah. I hope I didn't take much time. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Unfortunately not. So not only do I have Estonian colleagues, I also have colleagues who are secret Estonians, because you actually finished early. And now I have to say a few closing words. So first of all, or second of all, or even third of all, thank you all so much for joining us today. It's so wonderful to see you all, and we feel energized, we feel motivated. This has really been great for for us, and to keep the momentum going. And I hope that that even if you don't end up joining the program, that you connect with us somehow, because we're all in this together. We're in the fight to save our democracy together. So we at Citizen OS are always happy and open to exchange ideas. You can write to me, you can write to Annette, you can write to Augustina if you have any ideas regarding any projects, programs to save democracy. But the Democracy Defenders Accelerator, it's going to be quite magical. It's going to be full of surprises. So we really do hope that you apply. And thank you once again. And I think we can move on to the Q&A round now. So I see that we don't have any questions in the chat. So for the Q&A round, you can either write your question in the chat, or you could just raise your hand and we will unmute you and you could ask the question in person. We are not going to record anymore, so you can ask whatever you want. It's not being recorded. Over to you.